All right, I've been working on this video for a while, so what's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be running through the transition process of recording in the studio. We finally got finished our renovations. So in this video, I kind of just want to walk you through the entire process from the early setups I had to kind of where it is now. You can see some of these photos of spaces that I've gone through. You know, I've gone from bedrooms to lounge rooms to other people's studios to theatre spaces, and finally ended up in this office space in the CBD of Launceston, and we've just turned it into something that I've dreamt of since I was 18, doing audio at college. And I always said to myself, I want to have a recording studio where I can have multiple rooms, and that's what we've done. So today is May 12th, and about just over a month ago, I was made aware that the studio, or not the studio, but the office space next to me was becoming available for lease. And I'd always wanted that room because I knew that there was a door that went through there. I knew the door had glass that could see through. So I already knew that it would have been a great drum room, but there was somebody leasing it for the 4 years that we'd been here before that. Found out that it was going to be available. So yeah, inquired about it and picked it up on the 1st of April. And then, since then we've been working our asses off trying to put it together under a bit of a budget too. Not like a super strict budget, but just, doing it the cheapest way we possibly can. So I've got a few clips here and some photos of what it did look like beforehand. As you can see, it's not the greatest color on the walls. We're missing some carpet on the ground here, and it just needs a lot of work. The first step was definitely getting some carpet down in this front room because it was floorboarded. So got some marketplace carpet, came with the underlay, which is awesome too. So we had to cut it down to size a bit. My friends Haydan and Sean helped me put that in. So it's Tim from the future. Just wanted to butt in here and let you guys know that I did do a little bit of a floor plan and stuff, which you can see here. Before we started kind of doing anything in this room, I wanted to make sure that I knew how I wanted it set up. So did some things on a 3D like sort of floor plan builder thing. So that's this here. Anyway, back to the video. So we got the underlay down. As I said, it was marketplace carpet. So it was, had to be cut to size, including the underlay and all that. It was not the easiest task. All right, so I got the carpet underlay down. Next step is the carpet. Sean is going to help me do it. Crazy. So yeah, Sean came in and helped me lay this carpet. We have absolutely no experience in laying carpet. I just needed a hand doing it, so we figured it out as we went. We didn't really have the tools to do so either, but we got it done. All right, so I just got done moving the piano. Next step is to move this, and this is all going to go over this side, right next to the door, so we'll just be able to see straight through to the drummer that's in there. Got the drop sheets and stuff ready. It's pretty dark in there because I don't have power on in there at the moment, but got the drop sheets ready to paint. Had to fix up some paint up around these edges here. This picture hanger had pulled down from these hanging on it, so had to chip away the old paint and then repaint it. Just got all the carpet out, all the excess carpet, and just going to try and rearrange this room. So Hayden and I changed the room around the next day. We moved the desk and stuff over to the wall. I'm not really sure why I hadn't tried this setup already. Definitely prefer it over any of the other ones I've had. It opens the room a bit, gives you access to the windows as well. We plugged everything in because I had a session the next day. And it looks pretty great, so then it was time to move on to painting. Most people would think, why would you put the carpet down and then paint? But I just thought I just want to have the carpet out of the way because I knew it was going to be the hardest thing. Not that painting isn't hard. There was a lot of painting that needed to be done, and I missed a lot of the actual process of it when I was filming because I wanted to get stuff done, which you'll see in the videos of the process. But it looks 1,000 times better. Super stoked with the white. We could have some accent walls maybe, but once you get a few coats on the walls, you never want to paint again. So yeah, we got the paint on the walls. I'm just remembering now that we did actually strip the paint off the glass before this happened. So my mum came in and helped me do that because she was keen to do the satisfying part of scraping it off. It came off a lot easier than we were expecting it to, so that was really handy. All right, so I have finished, with some help from my mate Haydan, getting these cut in for the paint. Still got to get up on the window up here, take this off. That'll be a mission. Realized I didn't film any of that process. I'd finished and I was like, oh, missed all of that. But it's coming together. Pretty keen to get this door finished, so then this room will be completely white. But next step is rolling it. It is 7:15 p.m. on Friday the 24th. I am starting to paint these walls. That's about as far as I'm gonna get tonight, to be honest. Got the full weekend to do it. Don't know if I'll get it all done this weekend. Gonna need some helpers to make it happen, but it's already looking 1,000 times better than this disgusting yellow. Look at that. Ugh. I mean, I got the light here, it's not showing it exactly the way it should be. I've also got to get up here and take these down and cut in all in there. More and more jobs just keep appearing as I go. All right, so I got one coat down on all of these walls in here. Through this bit as well is all done. Got rid of that disgusting yellow. Still haven't got up here yet, don't have a ladder. And then I've started going up here too. So I don't know about this ceiling. I didn't realize it's also a different color, so that's really gonna annoy me. And now low-key, I kind of want to do the ceiling as well, but oh my God, what a mission, hey? Progress is progress. I've actually run out of paint. I kind of underestimated the paint to wall ratio. Gonna have to double coat these ones with where the yellow was, just because you can still see the yellow with one coat. Whereas up there, it's pretty much white already. So I'm just gonna do one coat and you're not really gonna look up there. So we're getting there. All right, just got finished painting. I know that I filmed pretty much none of that, but man's got work to do. No time to film anything, but my goodness, it's looking a whole lot better now. I picked up some acoustic panels on Marketplace. There's $100 for all 4 of them. Super stoked that came up when I was actually in the market for some, so I went and picked those up. They're not as deep as the ones that I have in this room, but I could always change them around, and I can always take some of these in there if I need to, because these are just hanging on the walls with some hooks, so super easy to make it really adjustable. Still got to get the panels on the walls, 2 here, 2 here, and then backdrop panels over there. Cloud needs to get up for pretty much a false ceiling sort of thing going on here, and then got to actually get power turned on in here as well. Then I knew I needed to make an acoustic cloud, so started to get all the bits and pieces for that together. You'll see that in the process here, tried to make them the same as the ones that are in the studio here. So I think it turned out okay. I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, not bad at all. All right, it's April 28th, Tuesday. We are trying to build this acoustic cloud that's going to go up on the roof here. We've got the panels set up as well to hopefully get them on the wall somehow. I'm thinking of just hanging these ones off the picture hanger, similar to how we have them in here already. These are just hanging off the picture hanger with a hook. So I'm going to try something similar to that. Saves us drilling into the super thick concrete, and we can always move them then if we want to. So best of both worlds. The cloud got everything I need, I think. Unfortunately, I'd purchased these online because they no longer make these. This is the size that I needed versus the size that I got. Too small, unfortunately. So the plan, thanks to my brilliant father who came up with the idea to use this dowel wrapped in tape. Oh, other way around, with this. So you shove it in like that. And then the other side goes into that like that. We'll get some tape on the other end and stuff. Fits in there pretty snug though. To do the corners. Chains are there because that's how we're gonna hang it from the ceiling. Obviously not gonna get it on the ceiling tonight. This is the insulation that will go inside. So lots of things happening. These things here have to get back up on these windows. They'll hopefully do something. I'm gonna get some hooks into the side of this so that we can hang headphones off it. I've got some double-sided tape that we need to use to tape down the joins in between the carpet here at the front and over this side. What else have we got? We got some of these to hang a whiteboard off on the wall, which will be easier than it just floating around on the ground all the time. These hooks are for the cloud. And then I got some of this seal to hopefully put around this doorway and potentially the other doorway there. Maybe some on this doorway if it works. Maybe some on the windows in there too, because they're pretty rattly. Let's go. So yeah, started putting this cloud together. It was a bit of a mission with the dowel, cutting it, using the saw. The boys, Bill and Jack, rolled in. They helped me do all this, which was a massive help. I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. Well, I would have been, but it would have taken me years. We had the Dremel and stuff, which kind of worked, kind of didn't. Jack helped me get the panels up onto the wall for the acoustic panels in the new studio drum room. Bill was helping get a broom holder up, which holds the mic stands. It just keeps, the floor nice and clean. We don't have to have mic stands laying everywhere. Jack got these hung up on the right-hand side wall, focusing on the left now as well. I'm still trying to get this frame together for the cloud. Such a mission, and we are the safest people, but we just had no other option trying to get this together. Then we got these hooks on the side of the sidecar for the headphones, which turned out pretty great. All right, it's the next day. I'll come back in and put together this frame for the cloud. This will be covered in fabric with insulation inside it. Pretty much the exact same as these ones in this room. Excuse the shitty electrical tape job. That's a whole story, which you've already heard with the different sizing and stuff like that. But we got it sorted. So next step is lay the fabric in the corner here on the ground, put this on top, put the insulation in, wrap the fabric in it, add the hooks, and then attach it to the ceiling. Not getting that done tonight because the concrete on the roof is like impossible to drill through, so I need a proper hammer drill or something like that, or somebody to come and help me. So that's where we're at. So finally got it together and, just wanted to test out what it would look like. So I'm chucking this fabric down, and as you'll see in a minute, might have ran into a problem. So unfortunately, I'd done my calculations wrong for the cloud, and I have nowhere near enough fabric, so that's a bit of a kick in the teeth. I'm gonna have to do this another time now. I guess it's a tomorrow job. Things just never end. Thought that before I left, I could just see if they fit, which they do. So that's a good sign. Now I've just got to get the right amount of fabric and wrap it up, put the hooks on it, put it on the roof. I was so over it at this point. I'm using the hooks to kind of keep the fabric down. I'm just chucking it together as fast as I can. Right, so I'm in the process of finishing off this cloud. Haven't really thought about how I'm gonna get it up on the ceiling yet, but that can come later. Had a bit of a struggle that I got the fabric wrong. So now I've got 2 bits of fabric, so it's unfortunately not gonna look as clean as this, but I'm gonna do my best. All right, it's all done. So this has got the insulation inside. It's got the hooks on there. Don't mind it folding, bulging out. It's gonna bulge down that way. There is this annoying seam running down the middle of it, but it'll do the job, It's a good size, so it'll probably sit like right here, right above where the drums will be, where the snare will be cracking the most and hopefully get rid of the flutter echo that's in here. I did try and get the flutter echo on camera, but it's just so hard to hear. Anyone who knows what a flutter echo knows what I'm hearing, what I'm trying to show, what I'm trying to get rid of as well. But the boys rolled in and helped me get this up on the roof. Sam and Sean, super helpful. This whole session was fueled by beers and palmies. We got the chains up. We left some excess there so we can actually change the height of it if we wanted to. It might give a bit of a different sound in the room. But once we had it all set up, we thought we might as well get the drums in here and start doing some tracking and just see what it sounds like. And it sounded pretty great. So yeah, a week later, I'm trying to get the guitars up on the walls because I had to move them. Where the desk is now is where the guitars originally were on the walls. So now I'm replacing them in different spots. All right, moment of truth. Perfect, looks good. Let's see. Hey, cool, that's great. Onto the bass. All right, moment of truth again. Sweet. That'll do well. All right, great. Got this one up on the wall over here, just next to everything else, which is easy to grab. And then the other one's over here. Vocals will also be in this corner. So, you know, the vocal booth might be a little bit in front of the bass, but it's not gonna be hard to grab. I just find it's a bit better than being over here. This was like the only other spot, but I got the heater below it. So the heater will be rising. So we don't really want the bass right above it. So this was the next best thing. All right, onto the table. So I picked up these furniture legs from Bunnings. I had this excess wood from another project that I was working on, so this worked out pretty great. I think my best bet is to drill holes first, and then screw in. I'm afraid I might split the wood if I drill straight in with the screws. So let's mark it out. There was no reason to be afraid of splitting the wood. Soon realized that I didn't really need to pre-drill. And just smashed it out as fast as I could. Massive thanks to Sam for the drills and stuff too, very helpful. Apologies if I'm doing all of it wrong. I don't really know what I'm doing half the time. It seems sturdy enough, there's a bit of wobble to it. Now when I look at the height, it doesn't look high enough to be above the fridge. Let's just hope it is. All right, let's get these done. Legs are on the table. I thought you might want to see this. Hell yeah. Let's flip it over and see if it fits over the top of the fridge. All right, moment of truth. I'll flip this up. We'll see how it goes. It's fairly stable. Stable enough, you know. With the fridge under it, probably stop it from swaying a little bit too. This dream is coming to fruition right now. Look at that. The table, the guitars, epic. Definitely need to center this real quick and just fix up the fridge and all that, and then we're gonna look sweet. Okay, this is what we're looking like. The table looks good. Pretty freaking stoked with it, to be honest. Like, it wobbles back and forth, but that's just because like of the thinness of the whole thing. Also, I just need to do like the little leg adjustments so that it sits flat, but finally, a table that we can have a kettle, microwave or something on there, just as a little bit of an amenities thing. We'll need to sand and then clear coat the top of it just so we don't have liquid from drinks or whatever going on top of it. Probably do like 3 coats of that on top before you know, anybody starts putting drinks on there, but it's looking pretty good. If we zoom out, this is the corner of that room now. And then spin around this way. This is pretty much the final thing. It's looking pretty sweet. Hell yeah. And then in here, still got a couple of things that need to be done. Need to get the acoustic panels on the backdrop here. That'll be a mission for potentially this week, maybe. I've got to cut them down to size because they're 2.7 meters long, so it would go up past the picture hanger, and I only want it to go to the picture hanger to the bottom. I want to get the metal bar I was talking about to go across the top here, so I can just mount the overheads on that, save us using stands and stuff. And then I got to figure out the screen situation of having a monitor screen in here and potentially a camera, because we did do a drum session in here last night, and yeah, not being able to see the person kind of feels a bit weird. So yeah, there we have it. Kind of got this studio looking pretty good now, which used to be an office space. Well, it used to be 2 office space. Now it's 1 recording studio. Very, very stoked with how it's turned out. Still a few things that need to happen. Need to get some acoustic paneling behind the drum kit. But it's fully functioning now, so we can do our recording, tracking in that room. And it sounds really nice too. So yeah, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you like it, share it around. If you've got any questions, if you've got any things that you think might be a good idea, chuck it in the comments. I'm keen to have a chat about it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and massive thanks to everybody that helped make this happen. Sean, Hayden, Sam, Jack, Bill, everybody that helped out. Anyway, peace.